Well, folks, shall we get on with another game of Sudoku? Let's see what we've got today. Ooh, very hard. All right, you know what this means. It's going to be hard. All right, so let's start looking at the patterns. I see there's like this center column here. I see a crisscross opening here in the center. Column and rows, column and rows. Those might give us some good patterns as we go along. So the very first number that I saw is these 4s right here. I saw a 4 across the bottom, 4 through the center. It's going to give me a 4 right here. All right. Let's see what else we've got here. Because see, we've got this 5 and this 8 that now come up through the middle, and it's going to interlock, double eliminate these two fellers this direction. And then we're going to have the 3 other numbers that are left here in the center. So we know that we're going to have a 7 here. And we have a 7 in the right, ghost row here in the 7 in the middle, 7 at the bottom. So we know that's going to be a solid 7. Okay, I know I'm coming back here to this one. We've got a 1, a 2. We need a 3. Okay. That can be anywhere. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we need a 9. Now we do have a 9 that comes down the left and across the bottom, so we know this is going to be a 9. So we still have a 9 and a 3 in there, and that's okay. Notice that we've got a couple numbers missing here. This 2 comes down the left side, leaves us with a 2 here. And then we're missing a 3 and a 6, and we do have a 6 here to help us. So there's our 6, there's our 3. Now the 6 in the bottom and the 6 in the top only leaves one spot for a 6 over here. Okay, so we have a 5 and an 8 here, which means this one has to be a 5 and an 8 for this column, but we already have a 5 there, so this means it can only be an 8, which means this can only be a 5, which means this can only be an 8. Okay, alright. Now we still have a 9 and a 3. We've got 2 numbers missing here. 1, 2, 3. Looks like a 4 and a 5. And we do have a 5 here, so our 5 has to go on the top. 4 has to go down here. Alright, so now we have a 1, a 2, and a 6. Okay, so we've got a 1, we've got a 2, and we've got a 6. Okay, and we have a 3 and a 9. Alright. Okay, so let's look for some more pairs here. We've got a pair of 4s, we've got a pair of 7s. Okay, 7 across the top, 7 across the bottom. So 7 has to go here. We have a 4 across the middle, 4 across the bottom. 4 has to go there. Alright, we do have a 3 that goes through the middle and a 3 that goes through the center, which means our 3 has to be in the outer 2. Okay. Alright, let's see what else we have. Let's see here. 1, 2 is in those 3 spots. 3 comes across, it's in those 3 spots. 4, 5, 6. Now we do have a 6 in the center and a 6 across the top, so that means we have to have a 6 over here on the right, which means the 6 has to be over here in one of these left 2. Okay, 7, and then we need an 8, and an 8 goes through the left, and an 8 goes through the bottom, so this one has to be our 8. Now this 2 and 3 come back and help us because they both can't be here. So that means our 2 and 3 has to go here, and our 2 and a 3 has to go here, which means this one has to be our 6. That double elimination rule We can also put our cursor right here and we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that cell can only be a 6. Now, just like we did a double elimination here, we're going to come back this way. This 2, we need a 6 still here. Well, now that we have a 2 and a 6, we know that we're going to have a 2 and a 6, means this can only be a 1. That's the only spot left for a 1 because of that 2 and 6 splitting that double elimination. Alright, and then the other number that we're missing in this particular row looks like an 8. And we do have a helpful 8 here, so we have an 8 that goes here, and our 7 can only be there. Alright. Alright, so we've got our 2 and our 3s. Got our 6, got our 4s. Let's see, what do we help here. 1 comes across, so we know our 1 has to be down here in the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we still need help with the 6. But this is the only one that can eliminate, so it can still be any one of these 3. So we don't know that one just yet. Okay. Alright, well, let's look at this particular lane right here. We have a 1 that comes down, and so we know a 1 has to be across the top. We have a 1 here through the middle, so our 1 has to be here somewhere. A 4, 7, and a 6. 4, 7, and 6 are already here. Okay. Alright, we have 8s in the left and the right, so we have to have an 8 here in the center. We have, what was the other number that I saw? That was a pair of 4s, no, 6s, no, we've got those. Okay, we have a pair of 8s that are going to go here, because we have the 8 through the center, and right and left and right. Got 2 numbers missing here. What do we got? A 2 and a 5 for this row, a 2 and a 5. We do have a helpful 5 there, so we have a 5 that goes here and a 2 that goes here. We now have a 2 in the right and center columns and 2 through the middle row. So our 2 does have to go here. So for this cube, we now have a 2 across the top, 2 through the middle. Only 1 spot left for our 2. Okay. Now we have 3 numbers missing here. We've got a 1, a 2. We know that we need a 3, and our 3 could go here or here. 4, 5, 6, 7, an 8. And then we need help with a 9, but it can't go here, but we could have a 9 that goes here or here. Okay. So that row is marked out. Very good. Alright, so now we've got our 1, our 2. Any help with the 3? Not yet. 4, 5 comes down. We still have 3 choices for our 5. We do have a 5 across the top and a 5 down the right side, so we can mark one of these 2 as our 5 down here. 6, 7, 8, and then is there any help with the 9? Not just yet. That's okay. Alright, so now let's look for pairs over here. I'm noticing that there's a 7 across the top here, so our 7 has to be down here somewhere. Let's see here. I don't have any help with the 1 just yet. 2, 3, 4 across the bottom, so 4 has to go across the top. Okay, and that lines up good with this 4. 5, 6, we've got our 7, we've got our 8, we've got our 9. So the 1 still looks like it can be pretty much anywhere on that one. Okay, so let's check some pairs out, see what we've got. Okay, so 9 has to be in the middle because we have a 9 and a 9. 2s, 2s, 2s. 3, 5. Oh, let's see here. We've got 3 numbers missing here. Looks like a 1, 3, and a 7. Okay, so a 7 goes there. Okay, there's a 1 here, so this has either got to be a 3 or a 7. And then there's a 3 here, so this has to be either a 1 or a 7. Okay, so that column there is all marked out. Okay. All right, we do have a 2 that comes across the bottom. And then we have a 2 here in the middle, so we have to have a 2 here or here. Just kind of looking at pairs going this direction too. 4 and a 6, we got the 4 and the 6. What about the 3? 3 comes across, 3 can be anywhere down here. Alright, let's see what else we've got here. 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like my 9s are going to be kind of stingy. I don't see very many 9s floating around. Okay. We do have a 5 and a 5 and a 5, so we have to have a 5 somewhere in here. We do have a 9 and a 9, but that means 9 can still be anywhere in here. We have a 3 that comes up. Already got these two identified as 3s, but 3 could also go here. We've got a 6 in the bottom, 6 in the top, and 6 in the left. So we have a 6 here or here. Alright, I'm looking at this column right here. I need a 1, but it can't be there, and it can't be here, but it can be one of these two. 2, I need a 3, it could be here, could be here, but not here. I need a 4, and it can only be here or here. 5. Okay, I need a 6, but it can't be here. It can't be here. So 6 is either here or here. 7, 8, and then 9. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish marking this one out. See, I know I could have a 1 down here, but this one could also be... No, that one can't be a 1 because of this row that comes back this way. So it's only the right 2, left 2, and center 2. Okay, 1, 2. Alright, so 3 comes up to the center, so there's my 3s. 4. I have a 5 in the left, the right, and the bottom, so 5 has to be here. 6 can't be here, here, or here, so there's my 6s. Okay, so my 7s, I've got a 7 down this way and a 7 this way. So any 3 of these could be a 7. Okay. This 7, 7, 7, there's an 8. And then we have a 9 that comes up. So and a 9 that comes down. So any one of those could be a 9 as well. So right now, this one right here is the one that's kind of leading me here, because these three have to be a 5, 9. See, the 7s are locked here, the 9s are locked here, the 5s are locked here, 6s are locked, 3s are locked. So that's a lot of locking there. 5s, 5s and 9s. 5s and 9s. And I've already got my 5s and my 9s above and below. Okay, that cube is all marked out. Let me go ahead and mark the rest of these out just so I... Okay, that one is all marked out. So one of these two could be a 1, a 2. We have a 3 that goes up through the center, so we have 3 there. We have a 4 across the bottom, so there's our 4, 5. We have a 6 in the left, so this one, or this one. Any one of those 3 could be a 6. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that one is fully marked out. 2s and 6, that's fully marked out. Okay, so I need a 3 and a 9, and those could be either one of these. Okay, 3 and a 9, 3 and a 9. Okay, so that's fully marked out. That's fully marked out. 1, 2, and I think 3 can be pretty much anywhere. So let's mark those. Then we have a 4. We have a 5 down the right side. So 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have a 9 down the left side. So we have a 9, 9, and 9. Okay. Alright, so let's look down here. We have a 1 that comes down the center. And so 1 can be the 4 outers. We have the 2 identified as one of these 2. 3 can't be across the top, so 3's can be down here. 4. We've got our 5 marked down here. 6, 7. Then we have our 8's marked here. And then no 9 and no 9. So the 9 has to be up here. Okay, so that's fully marked out. 1. Okay, why can't 1 be here? Okay, so I know 8 can be there. I think 1 can be there too. I don't have anything that can eliminate the 1. 1 can be anywhere. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's fully marked out. Okay, I believe everything is fully marked out now. Okay, alright. Are you guys seeing any solutions that I'm just kind of missing? I'm looking for any double eliminations. I'm looking for any rows, columns, or cubes that only have 1 number possibilities. Crisscross eliminations are usually popular for the higher the difficulty games. We haven't run into one of those just yet in this particular game. Okay. Alright, looking for a pattern. I don't know if you guys see it or not. Okay, so I think I just found one. If this here is a 1, okay, that means there can't be a 1 here or here. That makes these two a 3 and a 5. And that double locks it. If this is a 1, that means this is a 2. Does that make sense? Now, if this is a 2, that makes this a 3. But if this is a 1, then this is a 3. So these two cannot be 3s because that would break the pattern. So that means this cannot be a 1 because this 1, 3, and 5 would make this a 2, make this a 3, and this 1 would make this a 3. So those are one of the more advanced pattern recognitions that I have a hard time finding. Usually I've got to write that down. But I just noticed these 1 and 5s and this 1 here. So that tells me that this actually has to be a 2. It cannot be a 1 because that would make this a 2, make this a 3, and make this a 3. Okay, so that one's a 2, so that makes this one a 3, which makes this one a 2, which... Okay, so now we're done with the... I can just update my pencil marks. I get myself in a lot of trouble when I don't update my pencil marks, folks. I get in all kinds of shenanigans of troubles. Okay, so that was... Okay, and then we need to get rid of this too. Okay. So now I'm wondering if I do the same thing maybe here, because see this 3 and 5? So if I do a 9 here, that'll make these 3 and 5, so that make this an 8. Okay, that still works. 9, 3 and 5, that'd make this a 1, this a 5, then a 9. If I made this a 9, right? And that would be a 1. Okay, so that would work. That would still work. What if I made this an 8? Okay, what if I did this one as a 1? See all these numbers right here? There's a lot of 1s here. A 7 and an 8, a 3 and an 8, a 3 and a... If this is a 1, 3, 7, 8, 5. That's a 5. Oh, see, that one number seemed okay, but it didn't help me very much. Oh, there it is. See, I'm missing that. See, look at that. That 2. There we go. So that has to be a 6. That has to be a 2. Now this 6 comes across. That makes this one a 1. And that makes this one a 3. Which makes this one a 7. Which makes this one a 1. So I know I'm not cleaning my pencil marks up very quickly right now. I'm just going to follow the pattern here. If this is a 1, this has to be a 3. This has to be a 5. That has to be a 1. Okay, so if this can't be a 3 or a 5, it has to be an 8. So 7 is the only number left. And if there's no 1, that makes this one a 4. And the only number left there is an 8, which makes this one a 9, which makes this one a 1. So no 1 or 3 in this column, which makes that a 9. So now let me clean up my pencil mark here for this cube. Okay, now I have a 1 here, which makes this one a 9. Now this is the only spot left to be a 1, which makes this one a 3. Alright, so now this one here can't be a 3 or a 7, so that makes this one a 9. And now that we have a 9 and a 3, the only number left is a 7. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up my pencil marks here a little bit more. Now this one is the only one left to be a 4. See, we've got a 4 here. So that means this has to be a 4. And now that we have a 3 and a 4, this is the only one left to be a 6. Now that that's a 6, this is the only one left to be a 3. Now that that's a 3, this is the only one left to be a 5. Only one left to be a 3. Alright, so now these only have one number. Cannot be a 7 or a 9, so that has to be a 5. And then the only number left that we're missing is a 6. Okay, well there you have it, folks. This is the first hard puzzle that it did not have a crisscross elimination, but it had one of those tricky 3-part eliminations that luckily I was able to actually find this time around. Sometimes I scratch my head on that for a while before I take out a piece of paper and start scribbling some numbers and test it a couple ways. So there we have it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to pause it before we play and print you off a copy. Play along, see how you do. Please feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, or challenges. I welcome everything. So thanks, folks, for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.